mortgage will be paid off free and clear. There's gonna be what's called excess proceeds. It's what's left over that is still waiting at the courthouse for that homeowner to pick up what's left over. Now, they don't know that that money exists, so what we can do as investors is we can go to them and say, hey, if I can get some money out of the sale of your property, would you be interested? What would you say?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'd be interested.
Because you're making money.
Yeah, if I can get you some money, would you, if I can do that, would you want to split it with me?
Yeah.
Whatever you can get for me, absolutely. I'll see what I can do to get some money out of this. Perfect. I'll head up there and I'll see what money was left.
It goes back to what you're saying about find one of the things that's on the list.
Mm-hmm.
A happy seller, something like that.
Motivated seller.
Motivated
Yeah.
seller.
Motivated seller.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So now, if they are behind on their taxes, would they also be considered a motivated seller? Maybe.
Maybe.
So we can contact them and we can ask them if they're interested in selling their property. I noticed that you're delinquent on your property taxes. Is this something that you're going to get caught up, or is this an issue that you're currently having right now? Well, I'm currently having an issue right now. Okay. Well, I would be interested to buy your property if you're interested to sell. Let me know.
What would be
Right.
our source into like far as like looking to see what sellers like? Is it a website or like how will we search for this?
Correct, yes. So there is specific websites that are for the delinquent taxes.
Okay.
Yep, some of them are found on the actual local county.gov website,
Okay.
as well as their internet or national ones that you can find tax agencies.
Say it again. Local.
National and local websites.
Okay. National and local websites.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So would you say
before we
like-
get to that,
You say like harfordcounty.com, you mean?
correct, .gov.
Oh, .gov.
Yeah, so whatever county.gov. They
Okay.
usually have a .gov website that, and it says delinquent taxes. It'll be a link. You click on that and it shows all the delinquent taxes that are delinquent in the county. Yeah,
Okay.
which is pretty
then,
awesome.
Then once you
Yeah.
get that information, you use the information that you get. off
It's
the
like
computer.
Amazon. You set up an account with them. You have a credit card or bank account that's tied to that, so you can grab a delinquent tax and put it in your shopping cart and purchase it just like you're purchasing something on Amazon.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
That's
amazing.
bananas.
Yep, and then just like that, and then they email you a certificate of lien for that property to your email. So now you have a certificate that states that there's a certain amount of redemption period that that person has to pay you back your money.
And again, you said it could be a low amount that you're paying for the lien, like $1,200 or
It could
$1,000.
be $100. There are delinquent taxes where the county increased the property taxes for all properties in this area. But what happens is that they don't increase the amount going to escrow for their mortgage to pay the amount for the taxes. So they only have what's in there to pay the actual tax amount right now, not when it was increased. So you'll see these taxes that are $100, $150, $200 because it's the amount that was increased on the county, on all the cities, or the city's taxes on those properties that are in this particular city. It went up $100, but it's not accounted for in the mortgage payment, the
Right.
taxes and insurance that people usually put with their mortgage. So when they
I
increase
see.
it, it doesn't have enough now to pay the extra $100, $200
Threshold.
that it did before. So that's what ends up being the delinquent amount. And they don't care how much it is, they want their money. And they'll foreclose on you for a couple $100 if you didn't know that it was even happening. Yeah.
So once they foreclose, there's nothing they can do. Like if I say, hey, I didn't know it was 200, man. Look, I got the money.
Yeah.
No way out of it.
Once it's in foreclosure, it's
Once
in
the
foreclosure.
deal is sealed,
Yeah.
it's sealed.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, I heard about that one. That one was tough.
that's why you've got to be on it when you have a property to make sure that the taxes go up. You account for that in your new payments with the mortgage company, 100%. You say, okay, increase my payment to cover this. If you keep it at that, you don't realize that there's extra that needs to be paid that can be missed on your mortgage payments every year. Now it's decreasing your escrow amount until there's not enough to pay the taxes, and that's what happens.
Damn. And then people don't even know.
People don't even know it. What really happens, especially for the elderly, is that they're on a fixed income, and when the taxes get increased, and they get increased again, now they can't afford
Cost of living.
cost of
and,
living, and they could end up losing their house. So this is what we can do as investors. This is like the sweet spot for us. We can come into somebody like that and say, hey, listen, I will catch you up on your back taxes, okay? I will catch you up. And what we will do is we will do what's called a lifetime lease. You will assign your property to me. I will own the property. I will pay your taxes, I'll pay your insurance, I'll pay your maintenance, I'll pay your utility, all of those things, I'll cover. You pay me what you can fit in your budget to live there, so I'll basically rent it back to you until you end up passing on. And at that time, I will then own the property. We're gonna do a lifetime lease, so they don't have to worry about that anymore financially. I'm covering and I'm helping them.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
what-
not
so
like
that's
you just, it's not like you just give them the boot to get them
Correct,
out.
no, I'm
Because
letting
we,
them stay there until they're
because we
9 days.
want to be about making money, but we want to be moral.
About helping people.
Yeah,
And then
I
once
like
they
that.
pass on, I get the property,
yeah.
free and clear, without a mortgage, without anything, because they own the property free and clear. They just signed it over to
But you
me
paid everything up and coming
to
when
cover
they
that,
die.
and every year I'm paying the taxes and insurance. So right now, I'm taking a loss on
Yeah.
the back end
Yeah.
to get the property
Eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yep, which will be much more higher, worth more than the amount of money I'm putting into paying for those things. And we
So you
and
really
we
don't
agreed to
lose
a-
on
we
the back
agreed to
end.
a lease amount that they pay me every month, so I'm getting
Something.
$500 a month, $300 a month, yeah, to help them. So it's a win-win for both
Yeah,
parties.
yeah, yeah.
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 And then when they pass on, I get the property, and now I can rent it out at full price.
But the
Now-
person that lives in the house has to be the one that owns that property to
Correct.
make that contract.
Correct, exactly.
Okay.
And so that's where when you're looking at these tax issues, and if they're gonna lose the property,
So what about a situation like that, right? Where the person passes away, but they have like a will or a trust or something that the property goes to somebody else.
if
when they
they've
die.
assigned it over to me using what's called a quitclaim,
Uh-huh.
I now own property. I'm now entitled. They're
So
no
that
longer
doesn't
entitled.
matter, that trust or will does not
No,
matter.
because the property is no longer owned by that individual anymore. It's
Well,
now
they
owned
couldn't
by
pay the
me.
taxes.
Houses.
So it don't matter about the trust at that
We
point.
already got something
Yeah.
else going on, whatever else going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I have a house in my name that I put in a will 10 years ago, and then I move and I'm no longer, in that house, I can't still have that property in the will.
Right.
You know what I mean?
'Cause you're
It's
not
null and
paying
void
on
'cause I
it.
no longer own that property.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh,
you know
so
what I'm
it
saying?
voids it out.
It
Okay.
voids, it voids it out completely. I no longer live there. It's no longer an asset of my property.
Now, had I-
As soon as they sign that contract with you,
Mhm.
it's over for
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. Now,
Now,
that
had
new
I-
contract is like legal and binding, 100%. I
So-
am giving cash consideration to cover their taxes. In any situation where there's a contract with cash consideration, it's binding. That's
So
it.
in regards to me having a trust, if I owned a home
Mhm.
and I was trying to leave it to my daughter,
Your daughter could
I'm
try and
ba- I'm
sue the
basically-
property,
I'm
but I have a
basi-
quitclaim that would
yeah,
show that
yeah.
I now have
So
ownership.
look, this is basically what I'm saying because I'm learning from both aspects
Yeah.
as a homeowner as well, right?
Mhm.
So I'm learning two ways today.
Yeah.
All the information you're giving me is valuable
Mhm.
both ways.
Both ways.
So I'm looking at it from that point of view. I wouldn't even, if I was being responsible, I wouldn't need you in the first place. That's why the trust would be left with my daughter if I was able to keep up with the bills.
Correct.
So
And
it
your-
would make
and your-
sense
and your
that
daughter
it would make
step in
sense.
and pay
Yeah, if she,
to keep the
yeah,
house there
yeah.
instead of
you,
correct.
you.
So she would have to step
So
up.
we would
She
have to
wants make
plan
sure-
ahead. That's the key of planning ahead so you won't lose your house.
Correct, exactly. You've got to have people that are willing to step up. If they want to keep that investment in-house of the family,
Yeah.
they're going to do that. But some people pass on, they don't have family.
Mm-hmm.
So they're, you know what I mean?
Right. It's
Yeah,
no
man.
point.
It'd be older people that just own the home and they can't really move around and do
Yeah.
too much with
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
And they don't have no family, so they want somebody like us to come
Yeah.
in
And help them
Help
out.
them
Yeah,
out.
exactly. We're bailing them out of a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, 'cause- yeah, you got
No,
a
I was
question?
gonna ask you, what number we was on though?
That's number 6, I think, is delinquent
Yeah.
taxes. Yeah, number
Yeah.
6.
Oh.
Okay, delinquent taxes. Okay. Number 7 is divorce.
Divorce.
Divorce. When two people aren't getting